Hi everyone, welcome back to the course. In the last video, we covered the closure and saw some functions can remember their lexical environment. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful concepts in JavaScript, first class function and the higher order function. These concepts are fundamental to understanding the modern JavaScript and functional programming. Don't worry, if they sound intimidating, by the end of this video, you will see they are actually quite initiative. So let's get started. So what does it mean when we saw the JavaScript has a first class function? In JavaScript, functions are treated as first class citizens. This simple means that the function can be treated just like any other value. Think about it. You can assign number to variables, pass string as argument, return boolean from functions, right? Well, in JavaScript, you can do all of these things with the functions too. Let me show you what I mean with this some example. Suppose you see here we assign a function that variable is grid. This is a variable grid. The function itself is the value. Okay, and this is completely normal in JavaScript. Okay, and the second is the storing the function in data structure. So we can store function in object, arrays, or any data structure. They are just a value. This is a object, right? And in this object, we are passing a function. All are individual function, right? Also, we can passing the function as argument, and we already cover up this part. Like this is our function, and this is the operation. Okay, this operation means this is one kind of function. Okay, and the a and b. So we can pass this sum function as a argument to the execute operation. The function pass just like any other parameter. Did you see? Just any other parameter it's passing. When you are hover over it, you get the operation a b. Okay, and that's it. Okay, this is the third. Okay, the fourth option, fourth example is like returning the function from other function, and we can return function from the other function like the create multiplier. Okay, and return a brand new function based on the multiplier we provide. Okay, these four abilities, assign, storing, passing, and return function, are what make function first class in JavaScript. Okay, you see this is the four method. First is assign, second is sorting, we are sorting it, right? Thirdly, passing function as argument, here we are passing the function as argument. And fourth, returning function from other function. You see, we return function with we return the function with other function. This is one of this. Okay, great. Now the question is, this was the first class function. Okay, this all the point are defining the reference for the first class function. Now what is the higher order function? Actually we understand we already understand the first class function. So then what is the higher order function? A higher order functions is simple a function that does at least one of these two things. Okay, what is the two things? First is take one or more function as argument. Okay, this is the one option. Another is return function. Suppose return a function as its result. Okay, as its result, and that's it. This is the higher order function. First, take one or more functions as argument, and second is return a function as its result. Okay, and that's it. If a function does either of these, it's a higher order function. So let's take the practical example. Suppose you see this is a function, right? This function accept another function. this operation is actually the another function. You see, this is our function, and in the second parameter it passing another function. And when you are checking in the from the console log, it's printed out this iteration 1 2 3 three times. Okay, because we are looping through here. We use the for loop for how many times? It's depending on the number. Number is 3. Okay, great. And this repeat operation is a higher order function because it accepts operation as a parameter, a function. Okay. The second example, function that return a function. We already return one function, but not here. We are checking here, right? But if you see this create getting actually returns another function. You see, another function, and make it higher order function. Okay, just simply think, one function if return another function or take another parameter as a function, then you can call it higher order function. Okay, just simplify, and this is not a big deal. Okay, now check more practical example based on the use case. So we already see the filter method, right? Array filter method, previous array lesson. So what happened if we customly create a filter method? Suppose this is our custom filter function. Call is filter array. The first parameter is accept array. Second parameter is function. And in the we are storing the result with the empty array. Then we loop through with the array dot length, and then checking if this condition is match or not. Then if match, then push the array index. Okay, result dot push this number. Great. Now test it out. First we have array numbers. This is the number. Okay, just think. Then we create another variable and store the values. Okay, this filter array. This is the filter array. It first parameter is, the first parameter accept as argument. What is it? This is the array. Then second parameter is the function itself. Okay, not itself, actually it's accept the function, and this function has another parameter number, and this number actually modular with 2, and then triple equal is 0. Okay, great. Now if you console log this, then you get this output. You get the even number. Okay, because we are telling us if it modular 2, then if it's equally returns true, then you just return the value here. Okay, actually it's pushing the result from actually result dot push, and then putting this array index number, and the number will be the only even number 2 4 6 8 10. Okay, also suppose if we want to check or try to filter greater than 5, num greater than 5, then also we can check it only showing the value whose are greater than 5, 6 7 8 9 10. Did you see? And this filter array function is a higher order function. It takes an array and the test function, right? This is the test function, isn't it? Right? And then return a new array with only the elements that pass the result test, right? This is only pass the result as a test. Okay, and isn't it sound familiar? This is how the built-in filter method works. Okay, but little bit different. Obviously, the built-in filter method is have a more option, but this is the simplified version, and how we can also create our own filter method, a filter function. Actually, we are creating the filter function. Okay, this is the filter function. Exactly do the same thing, filtering for value from the array, and great. Also, we can create, if we want to create a map method, we can do this. Like, suppose this is our custom map function. Also, it accepts the same thing. First parameter array, second is the transform function, right? Then loop through and get the result. And when you are map through it, you see the prices and the function, and this is same, right? And actually this transforms each element using the provided functions, right? Great. Now the second question is function comparison. Sorry, fourth option is the function comparison. One powerful benefit of the higher order function is the function composition, combining simple function to build more complex ones. Okay, and what it means, suppose there is a simple transformation function, add text, apply discount, and format currency. Okay, this is just a simple function. Okay, totally normal function. But if we are using something higher order function here, check compose pricing. Actually what it does, by combining this simple, you see, this is our variable and store this compose pricing with the first parameter is 100. Okay, this is a reusable function. Okay, you see, this is the price, and these all are function putting here because of this structure we are. And when we are using this 3 dot and then given the parameter, that means this is a rest operator. Okay, and what it does mean, rest operator, not, it's a rest parameter, and it's actually accept all the function. I mean, you can use reusable function here. Did you see 1 2 3? We use the three function here. If we have a more, we can also use it here, in it passing the value all together. Okay, and give you the final price. Okay, and again, this map array is a higher order function that transform each element using provided function. Okay, now the question is, okay, by the combining this simple reusable function through higher order functions, we can create complex behavior while keeping our code clean and maintainable. Okay, with this comparison, and actually this is the comparison. Okay, with this function, higher order function, and this, but also this map array did as like a filter method and the map method, and this is our custom function, and this was the function comparison. It actually comparing with add text with both all of this together and then give you the final result. Okay, now in the real world scenario, we can okay, let's look at some real world scenario where the higher order function can could be shine. So just think, we need to handle something, create click handler. Okay, we try to handling this something, so click handler, and this return a function. Okay, so just imagine these are button handler, 1 2, and what it does, when clicking the button, first button, it's showing the button 1 is click, and second, then you see this was a when we call it, and it's actually printed this value. Okay, also we can validation the pipeline if we want. Suppose this validation, this is a create validator and return another function, and in this function has a parameter as a value, and this value are looped through in a for loop with, and this for loop actually looping through from, for this their parent parameter is the ruler. Okay, by dot length, then return the true if the value is return, I mean this validation is true. Okay, anyway, then first is not empty, you check it out, then it is long enough or has number. Okay, and great. Actually these pattern are everywhere in modern JavaScript development. This is complicated pattern, but try to understand in yourself. Do more practice line by line and try to understand what it is actually, what it printed out when you are using only this is not empty, not those, but if are passing all together, then it's give you the actually true and false output. But if you are using on a single parameter, then what it does, do we actually test it out in yourself and comment your answer in the comment below. Okay, or if you are facing any problem, also comment and mentioning me, I will help you. Okay, now the key benefit. So why are first class and higher order function are so much important? First is code reusability. We can create generic reusable functions that work with different behaviors by accepting function as a parameter. Second is abstraction. Higher order function let us abstract away common patterns, making our code more concise and readable. Third is flexibility. we can create function on the fly and customize behavior without modifying the existing code. And we already seen it, right? You see, without modifying the original function, we just create another function and do it and modify this function there, right? So yeah, and fourth is functional programming. These concepts are the foundation of functional programming in JavaScript, which you will see extensively in modern libraries and frameworks. Okay, great. So let's recap what we learned today. First is the first class functions mean that function is JavaScript are values. Okay, and you see this JavaScript are as a value, it's taken, right? And they can be assigned to variables, stored in data structure, passed as argument, and written from other functions. And higher order functions are famous that either accept other function as arguments or return the function as their result. And they enable powerful patterns like filtering, mapping, and function comparison. We already see both of those examples, right? Filtering, mapping, and function comparison. These concepts might feel abstract at first, but you will use them constantly in real JavaScript development. In fact, you have probably already used higher order function if you have worked with array methods like map, filter, or for each. Those are all higher order functions, okay? And we already seen this in our previous arrays lesson. Okay, so in the next video, we will dive deep into Closure and see how they work hand in hand with the higher order functions to create even more powerful patterns. Okay, if so, found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.